Alright guys, welcome back to Bite the Book Trading Ideas. So, you know, last video I spoke about the July 31st trading day. Now we're going to take a look at August 1st. Again, same rules are going to apply. First we'll start off from the 1 hour and we'll do a quick breakdown of just, the structure. So as you can see, I ended up dragging this low that became a resistance all the way back to the next day. And it's a good chance it touched it, right? Let's see what we do with our low of the day here as well too. One sec. So we got that there, like this area, is a good spot. And we'll move down to the 30-minute. And then August 1st. So again, 30 minutes, August 1st. Again, these candles are pretty big actually. When you look at it. So as far as opportunities go, it'll be very I don't want to say it's very risky. We have to play your cards right. You got to make sure you're looking at after hour structure as well too, because that could also play a huge role, especially in today's or in August 1st session. So at open, right, I know it says 9:30, but again, I'm in Eastern time zone. Chicago time is an hour behind, so 9:30 is gonna be 8:30, which is the open. So 9:30 pushes up, we close, we get a solid close above the high. Depending on how fast you are, you could probably take buys very quickly. In this case, there's nothing for me to take buys off of, so probably not. Because again, right, if we're looking at managing our risk, and we're doing 2 to 1, I like to look at 250. Hold on a second. So 20 ticks, 10. So there we go. And then let's make it simple too. Simple. Where is it simple? Compact. There it is. Alright. So if we're looking at this, again, right, you just got to make sure that your risk is well managed. If you have a $2.50 stop loss, you probably would have been stopped out, which it sucks because this momentum is huge. I'm not saying you have to use $2.50, but for me, I find that that's a sweet spot if you really like to follow structure. So let's continue down to the 15-minute because we make it a different story, right? On the 15-minute for August 1st, what do we see? Ooh, this looks a lot better. There's a bit of structure over here from after hours, so let's plot that in there as well too. Again, depending on how you approach this, you can either make money or lose money. For me, this would just be a minor resistance, right? Because we're not making new highs, number one, right? We have another resistance just up here that was made, and we've only been to once. So again, it really depends on how you play this trade. I don't think I would ever take a sell here. It wouldn't make too much sense to me. I'd rather have it come down, break this support, retest, and then go down and continue. But anyway, 15-minute, I don't see much here other than little structure up here. So let's continue down to the 5-minute. You see what else is there as well too. So now on the 5-minute, this structure is beautiful. So what happens is we get our open, right? 9:30, we get a large push, one of the bigger pushes, right? In the last, how many hours was this? That was our biggest push, for the last hour before market open. Market pushed up $5, right? $5 move tiny push, broke the last high. We were able to close above it, and then it consolidated, and then pushed up again. So like in this case, right, if you're looking at the 5 minute and you really honed in on it, you could have actually, you know, made it out of this, you know, like very easily, right, if you play the consolidations right. For me though, personally, I don't think I would take it only up to $5. I'd probably take it, I wouldn't say back up to here, but at least up to here until I see it actually make a big bearish candle. So this continues, it pushes, consolidation a little bit over here, and then it pushes up again. Even if you waited a bit after this bearish candle, again, you could have made another solid $5. And by that time, for me, it would be 10:30. So again, still within trading hours. What I want to move towards though is actually only trading between 7:30 to 1 p.m., which is usually when I take my lunch time. What does end up happening though is that this thing crashes. Like it crashes, right? We get up to here, we come back to the support that we made up, and then it just plummets. Again, this could have been due to Trump with the trade wars talks. So this went down, you know, $47, 151 ticks. On a one contract, that would be, let's see, 5 times 151. Yeah, that would be a solid $188, you know, in a day on a one contract, right? But anyway, price continues moving down. Again, depending on the type of trade you are, you can either try to go for this little baby fill or just wait. If you did wait for the close and you do have a $2.50 stop loss, you most likely would have been stopped out, right? Because it's pulled up $7.50. On the 15 minute, however, what do we see? On the 15 minute, same exact thing, right? But it did end up pushing down. Over here though, the last support that we made, it did do a retest and a little consolidation, so there was opportunities to actually enter here, right? If you look at it again on the 5 minute, the lower time frame, you'll see that much better, which is why I love it so much. Let's see. So yeah, price came down, closed below that support area, came back up once, down, and then back up again. So let's just say you had your, hold on a sec, your $2.50 stop loss. You'd still be pretty good. So we'll go 20 and then 10. Oh, whoops, wrong way. Oh, 2010. So even if you got it up right over here, you'd still make it out like a damn bandit, right? Depending on, you know, where you set up. If you set up at an even number, you know, 29.73, you would have been great. Set up over here, you would have been great. Or even after the close of this guy right here, you would have been good. Like you would have just scraped it, right? But again, like this is a risky game that we play. So again, depending on the trader, you might have taken it and probably taken it even much lower, right? Let's look at the 15 again, see if there's any structural lows that we could have taken it to. And you know, I don't see much that we could have taken it to, right? So for all we know, it could have reversed or even just come down to here, which again is going to be more than 2 to 1. You look at it, because this is a $11 move. So even if you tape it over here, $11 is still pretty solid on a one contract. So what, $11 move would be 44 times 1.25. So that's $55. On a $1,000 account, that's 4%, which is again super solid. If you can do 4% a day, you're easily beating banks, like without a doubt. So yeah, that's the main gist of the structure here. For me personally, I'm not sure where I would have gotten in this trade. I think just off the 5 minute, like at the open, I think I would have gotten in there. I probably would have taken those sells, and then after losing that, let me get to this. Taking those sells. Oh, wrong date. Wrong date. And then after losing that, I would have probably ended up in my buys, right? Just because of this consolidation and just a closing above, right? Because again, on the 15, we ended up closing above after, and then again we came down to retest. So it's really a matter of knowing yourself as a trader and just knowing your strategy and your risk, right? My next few videos, I'm going to continue working on this structure game and then talk about my strategy. My strategy still in the works, obviously. But once I'm ready to talk about it, you'll get all the details between risk management to success to whatever you need to know. Anyway, thanks for listening, and risk on, everybody. Bye.